Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling drained, frustrated, or even angry, just because of one person? Maybe it was a coworker who never listens, a family member who always criticizes, or a stranger whose attitude caught you off guard. We all face difficult people at some point, and these moments can trigger powerful emotions that shake our peace and patience. Welcome to the modern Stoic, where ancient wisdom meets today's everyday struggles. If you want to learn how to face these challenges with calm, strength, and clarity, hit like, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more timeless insights that help you master your mind and emotions. Let's start by understanding what makes dealing with difficult people so challenging, and why these encounters often trigger such strong reactions. When someone frustrates us, it's not just their words or actions, it's what they ignite inside us. Our brains are wired for survival, and when faced with conflict or hostility, our fight-or-flight response kicks in. Suddenly, reason takes a backseat to emotion. We feel attacked, disrespected, or powerless. But here's the problem. Giving your emotional power away to someone else, letting their words or attitude control your mood, is the quickest way to lose your peace and your freedom. Stoicism teaches us the concept of emotional sovereignty. This means you are the master of your own mind and feelings, regardless of external chaos. Imagine this. You're at work, and a colleague criticizes your project harshly in front of others. It stings, right? Your first instinct might be to lash out, defend yourself, or stew in resentment. But what if you saw that colleague's harshness not as a personal attack, but as a reflection of their own stress or insecurity? This simple shift helps you reclaim control over your emotions. You don't need to absorb their negativity or allow it to dictate your mood. You remain calm, composed, and in charge of your response. Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's greatest minds, advises us to ask ourselves, what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I'm about to criticize? This powerful question nudges us to look inward before blaming others. By recognizing our own imperfections and struggles, we soften our judgment and build empathy, even for the most difficult people. Instead of reacting with anger, we cultivate patience and understanding. That's the first step, to see difficult people not as enemies, but as fellow human beings who, like us, have their own battles, fears, and pains. In the next segment, we'll explore the Stoic mindset that helps you build a fortress of peace inside yourself, no matter who's trying to shake it. But before we move on, if this resonates with you, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Your journey to mastery starts now. Now that we've understood the emotional charge that difficult people can stir up, let's dive into the core Stoic mindset that empowers you to remain calm and unshaken, no matter the chaos outside. Stoicism teaches one of the most powerful lessons in emotional resilience. Focus only on what you can control, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and accept everything else as outside your power. Imagine you're a captain steering a ship through a storm. You can't control the waves or the wind, but you can control how you navigate through them. This is the Stoic dichotomy of control, a concept championed by the great Stoic teacher Epictetus. Epictetus, born a slave yet becoming a renowned philosopher, taught that our suffering comes not from external events themselves, but from our judgments about them. When you face a difficult person, remember, you cannot control their behavior, but you can control your response. This shift from trying to control others to mastering yourself is where true peace begins. Try this visualization. Picture yourself standing firm like a tree in the wind. The storm may bend the branches, but the roots hold strong. You allow the external noise to pass through without letting it disturb your core. This is not resignation or passivity. Acceptance is an active choice. It frees you to respond wisely rather than react impulsively. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This mindset is like mental armor, protecting your peace even in the face of hostility. To bring this home, here's a simple journaling exercise you can try. Each day, write down what's within your control and what's not. When you're triggered by someone's difficult behavior, remind yourself which part you control, your thoughts and actions, and choose to focus there. If this perspective is already helping you shift your mindset, hit like, share with someone who needs this, and subscribe so you don't miss the next part, where we'll explore powerful Stoic techniques to handle difficult people skillfully. Now that you understand the mindset, let's get practical. How can you actually turn difficult interactions into moments of strength and growth? Here are 3 Stoic techniques you can start using right now. First is the art of reframing. When faced with someone acting difficult, your mind naturally jumps to negative interpretations. They're attacking me, or they want to make me look bad. But Stoicism teaches us to challenge these automatic thoughts. Ask yourself, what else could be happening here? Maybe your colleague is stressed about a looming deadline, or the family member who snapped is dealing with their own hidden pain. Reframing the situation shifts your emotional experience from frustration to understanding and gives you space to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. The second technique is the power of psychological distancing. Difficult behavior often feels deeply personal, but Stoicism teaches us to see it as a reflection of the other person's internal struggles, not a judgment on your worth. Imagine watching a character in a movie who's angry or flawed. You don't take their flaws personally, right? Try to see difficult people this way. Their behavior reveals their pain, not your value. This mental step back protects your peace and reduces emotional reactivity. Third, respond with compassion. It might sound counterintuitive, but understanding that difficult people often act out of fear, insecurity, or pain can soften your heart. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that everyone is fighting battles we can't see. When you approach others with empathy instead of anger, you not only preserve your own calm, you may even transform the interaction into something more positive. Before responding, try this simple mindfulness technique. Take a slow, deep breath. This pause helps you break the cycle of reactive emotion and choose a response rooted in wisdom. These 3 techniques, reframing, distancing, and compassion, are your toolkit for navigating difficult people with strength and grace. Knowing the mindset and techniques is powerful, but how do you actually apply these in your daily life? Let's talk about putting these Stoic principles into practice with 3 key habits that will change how you handle difficult people. First, active listening. This means really tuning in, not just waiting to speak or planning your comeback. When you listen actively, even to someone you disagree with, you open the door to understanding. Sometimes people act out because they don't feel heard. Giving them that space can diffuse tension and create a more respectful exchange. Pay attention to body language. Make eye contact, nod to show you're listening, and avoid interrupting. Reflect back what you heard to confirm understanding, like saying, "I hear you're upset because..." This simple skill is a game changer. Next, setting boundaries. Stoicism is not about tolerating disrespect or becoming a doormat. It's about knowing your worth and calmly communicating your limits. Say things like, "I'm willing to discuss this when we can speak respectfully," or "I can't engage when the conversation turns to insults." Clear, calm boundaries protect your peace and show others how you expect to be treated. Finally, choosing your battles. Not every disagreement deserves your energy. Ask yourself, is this worth my time? Will this fight improve the situation? Sometimes the strongest choice is to step back and preserve your calm. Stoics know that peace of mind is priceless and worth defending. This pause and choose mindset helps you avoid unnecessary conflict and keep your balance. Dealing with difficult people isn't a one-time event, it's an ongoing practice. To keep